Welcome back to Front Porch Farmhouse Treasures. My last video I did was working on the old dirt road. We did the dirt, we did the grass, and then we put the tree trunks on. I cut out the tops of the trees and I pinned everything in place. I've sewn everything except for the tops of the trees. You can layer the tops of the trees to make it look more realistic. I'm also going to be working on the red truck. All I do is look at the shapes and I start cutting out the material in those shapes, and then I start layering it up so it looks just like this truck. I have went ahead and cut it out and already pinned it. Sometimes I get started and it's hard to stop. So I've got everything pinned into place. Once I sew it, then I'll know what I need to add. I actually had some plastic from a different project I put in the window to make it look more like a real window. I'm going to sew everything in place. When you get ready to start sewing your quilt square, it's best to have all your stuff close so you don't have to keep stopping and getting up. I have the red for the truck and this green for the tree. I tried to find a darker one, but I'm going to use this one because it was the closest I could find for right now. Sometimes being able to see the seams makes it look like it stands out more. I don't know if you can see the edges. I'm going to go back after I get everything sewn on. I'm going to go back and sew different spots, like more in the trunks and the limbs and other places, make it stand out more, or if I need to actually cut out other things to sew onto it. Before I get started, I want to make sure that I have enough thread on my bobbin, which goes at the bottom, because it will prevent you from having to go back in the middle of sewing, take everything out to put more thread back on the bobbin. Now I'm just putting the bobbin into place. And I'm going to thread my needle. When I'm sewing, I try to find an edge to start on. I don't usually start in the middle. It just makes it easier. I take my needles out as I go along. Okay, I sewn the tops. Okay, now I'm going to start sewing the truck. I'm going to start on the top because that's where the least amount of layers are, and it just makes it a little bit easier. Okay, this is where I am so far. I'm going in, trimming up, and now I'm going to add some other stuff to it to make it look more even. this is where I am so far. Okay, I finished sewing everything on except for the little accent pieces, which I am going to do later. I am taking a piece of tape and I'm going around and picking up all the little extra threads that don't belong on there and trying to clean it up a little, trimming off any strings that are hanging off. After I get everything else sewn on, I'm going to go back around the edges of all of it and add another layer of thread to keep it down. I'm going to put any kind of thread I need to make accents on different parts. I hope y'all enjoy this video. I will be trying to finish it up, and when I do, I'll post a picture. Thank you again for checking out Front Porch Farmhouse Treasures. I hope you have a wonderful day. Goodbye.